Pari Luis, Enem, Aisorva, Aistrakire, Nozrakire, Zrakinan Uregits. Շատերը դիցեք որ ուղևոր է, բայց գիտեք չէ այդ որ բարը հայերենի մեջ աճաբա լավ իմաստ չունի, ուրեմն ուղեգիցը ամնիչական այս ինքնաշարժի մեջ իմ հետ հյուրը։ Եվ այս ծրագիրը ժամանակ տարբեր լեզուներով բիդելա, այսինքն եթե հյուրս անգլերեն կխոսի, անգլերենով պիտի խոսենք, հայերեն կխոսի, հայերենով կխոսենք, արաբերեն կխոսի, արաբերեն կխոսենք, եթե ռուսերեն խոսի, ռուսերեն չեմ գտնար խոսի։ Բայց ինչ որ է, ծրագիրը իր ընթացքի մեջ, այսինքն մաքուր հիմարական հայերենով, իր պրոսեսի մեջ, եւ որ արդեն կովասներ կշատնան, դերևս սկսեմ դագը թարգմանությամբ, գրնակ կարդալով, անգլերենին դագը հայերեն, հայերենին դագը անգլերեն, վերջո մաքուր հայերենով կամ ավելի հիմար հայերենով կոնկրետ պետք է եկամուտ ապահովեն։ Ուրեմն, ուղեգիցը անգլերենով the passenger, մյուս լեզուներով դուք որոշեցիք ինչ է, իր բնության մեջ յուրահատուկ պիտելա, քանի այստեղ պիտի չի տեսնեք ավելորդ լուսավորումներ, այդ դերձ դաղավարի իրավիճակի մեջ, որ ամեն ինչը կատարյալ կլա։ Այլ ես եմ, թուգեք, ուղեգիցս է և այս բզդիկ նգարանման կործիկը։ Իհարկե, վաղացև դրաններով ավելավ կործիկներ գարնեմ և ադոնք կտարդան ճապանիշը այս ծրագիրի պարկավաճման։ Ինչու ուղեգից։ Իրականությունից, ինչպես որ գիտեք շատ, ավանդական խոսքը կա, թերասաններ ենք այս թատրոնում, այս աշխարհի կյանքի մեջ։ Եվ ամեն մարդ իր կյանքի ճանապարհը ընտրած է, բայց նրա միջեն ունի ուղեգիցներ։ Իհարկե, այս սարքը կամ այս ներողություն, այս ինքնաշարժը, մաքուր հայերենով ավտոմոբիլը, ավտոն, այդ հունական կենես ավտոս, կսե իմն է ակցենս, իմ ավտոս։ Այս ինքնաշարժի մեջը բավական մարդիկ կմնան զետերվել, անցինս 8 հոգի միայն, և հարաճիգային կտեսնենք այդ ուղեգիցներու ցանցը։ Իսկ հիմա ձեզ ասեմ, որ այսօրվա իմ հյուրը գեղարվեստական շարժապատկեր և ոչ թե հիմար հայերենով կինո, այլ շարժապատկերի թեմատրիչ և ոչ թե ռեժիսոր Քրիստոֆեր Չեմբերսն է։ Եվ եկեք վայելենք իր ստեղծած արամ շարժապատկերը, որ այս ամսվա հոկտեմբեր 16-ին Գլենդելի ամերիկանը վայրի մեջի շարժապատկերի ընկերության Pacific շարժապատկերի ընկերության ցուցասրահներեն մեկու մեջ պիտի ներկայացվի եւ միաժամանակ Հոբիտի շրջանը եւ ոչ թե Valley-ի շրջանը Lemley Encino այդտեղ հոկտեմբեր 19-ին եկեք մեր այսօրվա հանդիպում իրեն հետ թողը սկսի
Aram, my promised your parents I will take care of you.
Բայց նա էլ կորցրել է իր միակ աղջկան, ոնց որ դու կորցրել ես մորդ, նա քեզ շատ է սիրում։
My heritage is 100% non-Armenian.
Okay.
My one grandfather is from Switzerland,
Alright.
and my other is from Ireland.
Wow, so there is your Armenian connection, Ireland. You know, Irish people are our cousins.
How's it going, little G?
Okay.
Esse papo de mota mesmo. Eti chadzerret.
Handose.
Let me see.
What was your interest in creating this movie called Aram Aram?
Well, I think the interest first began because I grew up here in Los Angeles. And I grew up in the Valley next to Armenian communities in North Hollywood. But I never had any Armenian friends. I never knew an Armenian. Anything I knew was just what was in the news. And at the time, what was in the news was stuff that was going on with gangs in the late 90s, Armenian gangs. And that's all I knew about Armenian culture. And then when I was about 20, I started working on film sets, and I worked with somebody who was Armenian, and we sat down at lunch, and he said, oh, there's something called the Armenian genocide. I said, what? Never heard of this.
Well, that's the only thing Armenians have.
And then he said, we're the first Christian nation. I said, wow.
That's the second thing
That's the
Armenians
second
have.
thing.
And besides that, Armenians have nothing. For 10,000 years they existed on this planet, but they have only two things. So continue.
Well, actually, I think there's a lot of things. And he spent we had 1 hour at lunch when you're working on film sets.
Yes.
And he spent a whole hour just telling me all these things about Armenian culture. And I was just kind of amazed and fascinated that I'd never heard any of these things. And then there's something happened that I can't understand. I was kind of grabbed by this. And I became curious, and at night I'd be up on the internet at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I found websites where people were writing their own stories of coming to America, of adaptation, of struggling, of some people that were coming to, Latino neighborhoods where they came from during the fall of the Soviet Union. They came to Los Angeles and they were getting beat up, and they joined gangs to protect themselves. And I realized that what we were reading about in the news had a big history behind it, a huge history, and it was a history of American immigration, really. Of groups coming here, fleeing from some kind of oppression and trying to protect themselves, to try to survive. And then those mechanisms, which became gangs, would then turn against them and were exploiting their own people.
Well, here is a trivia question for you.
Yeah.
Since you are in the knowledge track, who was the first Armenian who came to the U.S.?
I heard his name was... I've heard this first.
Yeah.
In 1600s, I believe. There
you go.
His name was... Like Aram the trader? Or something like that?
Not Aram. No, not everybody's Aram in the Armenian community. He was Martin the Armenian.
Martin.
He was an Armenian from Persia, who the Virginia Company from England asked him to come to the U.S. as a silkworm cultivator. And their interest was to establish a silkworm cultivation center in this newfound land in 1618. And there's a document in 1624 that Martin was a witness in a dispute at the court in Virginia, in Jamestown, Virginia.
Have you protected him? Have you protected her? Looks safe. Don't leave him hanging. Have you put real thought in his future? Have you protected your kid's future? Let's create a trust. Assign them a guardian to protect his future. Contact Der Parsegian Law Group. We are here to help.
For any entertainment production in that caliber, especially in Los Angeles, you need to spend lots of money. And money is the father of everything that makes it possible. What were your obstacles? I know that you went through lots of obstacles as far as money, but what was it?
I think it was difficult because I wanted to be free to tell a story with authenticity. And that meant having Armenian actors in the lead roles, which is not a commercial thing to do. The way that films are sold and the way that film festivals work is they usually make their money off of the star whose face is on the cover.
Yeah.
And Levan Sharafian is a fantastic actor. He's unknown in the American community. Now he's getting a little bit known because the LA Times had a picture of him from the film in there, but it's not commercial to do this. I also wanted them to be free to speak whatever language is authentic in any scene. And so we subtitle a lot of the film. But to me, that makes the emotions more raw, and it makes the scenes feel more authentic and real. Because an Armenian immigrant who's coming here to America is an argument with his grandson isn't going to try to argue in English.
Proper English.
Proper English. And I can't stand it when I see movies like even America, which is a great movie. You watch it, and then all of a sudden somebody's talking with a Bronx accent.
Yes.
And they're supposed to be Armenian, and I said, it's really takes me out of the movie. It's so typical in Hollywood. Somebody starts with one word in whatever language they're supposed to speak, and then the rest it's like a British accent.
Yes.
So I didn't want to do that. And then so financially, the way that I got the film made was I had a company beforehand where I was making and producing promos for television. I've done over 5,000. So I did two things. One is I used the equipment that I had bought for my company to make the film and decided if I don't have it, we're not going to use it. We're going to find another solution to shoot this cheaply. The sun is a powerful light. You can shoot almost the movie with the sun.
Without any lighting. That's as we're doing right now in this bus.
Exactly. I mean, every great painting, most great paintings in the history of humanity were not lit by lights you rented at a rental store. They were lit by the sun coming through a window. And if you learn how to use cameras, you can learn to shoot really nice images using the sun, if you know how to work with it. So my philosophy was always, let's come into a real location. Don't get a fake location and spend money trying to dress it. Find a real location. Find a shoe store owned by a real Armenian immigrant who has all the details are already there. It's beautiful and it's real. And then say, what can we turn off? What light can I turn off? What piece of what piece of material that doesn't fit can we take away? So basically
you minimized all the expenses for the production.
Yes, always. Every step was, how can we do this? Use what's really there. So that was my goal. And that kept our costs very, very low. The budget is not public, but the budget is much lower than anybody expects.
As a feature movie.
Yes.
Էնսինոյում գտնվող Terrace Restaurant and Lounge-ը միջին արևելյան ճաշարանների բազմությունից առանձնանում է լավագույն լիբանանյան խոհանոցով։ Ճաշարանի շքեղ բացօթյա սրահը անկրկնելի է բուրավետ հուկա վայելելու եւ միջին արևելյան ախորժալի խորտիկները ճաշակելու համար։ Ուրբաթ եւ շաբաթ կենթանի նվագախումբը, DJ-ն ու գեղեցկուհի պարուհիները ձեր ժամանցը կհամեմեն միջերկրական կրքոտ ռիթմերով։ Ճաշարանը բաց է շաբաթը 6 օր, ճաշին եւ ընթրիքին։ Անմահական ուտեստներ, անկրկնելի միջավայր։ Terrace Restaurant and Lounge.
Now comes the second problem, is the distribution and the promotion, which might take as much as money as it takes to make the movie. So what are your plans for that?
That's very insightful. Like, not a lot of people know that once you finish the film, there's another avalanche of money. If the film is successful at film festivals, you end up spending a ton of money.
Just to make it available to the public.
Yes, and to finish it in a way to give them the files they need for the DVDs mastering, for the movie theaters. These things all cost money. So for us, we're trying to, and marketing. You can spend more marketing a film. Hollywood normally does spend many times more on the marketing than they do on the making of the film. We can't do that in this because I don't think we don't have a big enough market for an independent film. So our goal is word of mouth and grassroots marketing.
Perfect. And I'm here to help you with that.
Thank you. That means a lot. It means a lot. And people seeing the film, if they like the film, telling their friends to go see it that weekend when it opens.
So when will the movie open?
So we're opening October 16th, and we're running for a week, maybe even 2 weeks. If people like the film, the Americana said, we will keep running the theater. So we're opening in Glendale at the Americana and Encino at the Lemley, which are both really prestigious theaters. And it's a great honor to have our small film in there.
Well, I think the community at large needs to understand that with all the Armenians utilize the word bravo a lot because they feel that word is like it has its Latin root and it means a lot when you say bravo to someone. But they need to understand that the US dollar is the biggest bravo for any act. If you don't financially support that act, it doesn't mean anything. All those bravos, you take them to Vaughn's or John's or any other supermarket to buy a piece of bread and nobody will give you anything.
Ոնց է ժամանակ անցկացնում, ինչ եք անում այդ բոլոր ընկերներիդ հետ։
Չէ, ես իրեն համար կաշխում։
Այդ ամբանը գիտի աշխատել ինչ բան է։
Ինքը հարգանք ուր։
On your knees. I think there's even a bigger picture thing that we're realizing. So after the screening, people usually stick around afterwards. Non-Armenians and Armenians are all talking and sharing, saying, "Oh, this movie made me think more about Armenian culture. I have a question because I heard about that march and I didn't know what it was about, but I heard it was Armenian genocide." And there's these conversations started. They're not always about the genocide. They're just about Armenian culture. There's something bigger beyond this, which is about the next people that want to make a story set in the Armenian community, telling a modern Armenian story or working with Armenian actors. Is that everything in America is driven by dollars. Like you said, it's true. People invest in movies that they think will make money. They don't want to invest in movies to lose money.
Only Armenians love to invest money in losing. Let's talk about the movie. What's next after Glendale Americana and Lemley Encino? What is needed? Actually, it's not what's next. What is needed to be done?
Well, we need that if people love the film in Los Angeles and in Glendale, that they tell their friends to see it and to support it. Because if it's successful, it'll stay in the movie theater for 2-3 weeks. And then there'll be more people talking about it, and the media will start to take notice. And that means when the next time there's an Armenian-themed film that comes out that's quality, that comes from the heart, that the media will already be curious to talk about it because they'll think there's something energy behind it.
And then the major studios will have more interest.
For sure, eventually.
Instead of right now doing nothing, and then Armenians feel like they're their God's gift to the planet. So every Armenian story should be covered by Universal or Paramount or all those major movie producers.
Yeah. I mean, the way it works is if they think that there's a market, that there's a passionate audience of Armenians that will come out and support a film, then there will be producers looking to put money into Armenian projects. But only if that happens. If it doesn't happen, they won't. They'll spend money on Christian films, on Latino films, because those audiences show up.
What is the future for you?
Yeah, so next we go to, starting November 1st, I fly to Watertown, Massachusetts. We're very excited. We're going to have a screening at the Regent Theater there. We're going to have a screening December 2nd in Washington, D.C. We're also going to a couple other film festivals. But when we're in that region, we hope to go to Toronto at the Pomegranate Film Festival. And we hope to come to other communities. We'd love for you to connect with us on Facebook at Aram Aram Film. And if you're interested in having us come to your community, I'm going to be traveling and touring with the film, and we want to bring it to the widest audience possible. Every community that's interested, if we can set up a screening, we will.
Գլենդելում 1829 South Brand Boulevard հասցեում իր դռներն է բացել 1001 Nights ռեստորանը։ Անմահական խորտիկներ, հուքայի ամենատարբեր բույրերի ընտրանիք և իհարկե կենդանի երաժշտություն։ Անզուգական Rania Belly Dancer, միջազգային կատարումներ Լուվա Ռուժանի կողմից, հայկական և արաբական երգեր այլ ճանաչված հյուր երգիչ երգչուհիների կատարմամբ։ Հավելյալ տեղեկությունների համար զանգահարեք 818 552 1001 Միջին արևելյան վայելքների հեքիաթային աշխարհ։
Our marketing is in two targets here in Los Angeles. Yeah. One is within the Armenian community, and the second is within the people that like independent film. So we're not trying to target people that love Transformers, because this is a drama. It's got a great climax and a really exciting ending, very emotional. But if you want, if you want robots, there's no robots, there's no lasers, there's no laser cats.
So probably it's about time for somebody to come up with robots and everything in the Armenian sense of characters. Professionally, now that as a person who is of artistic input to humanity, you inputted this movie called Aram Aram, and I know right now you're concentrating on promoting it, but I think the next step will come is your creative output for the next wave of what you have to do.
Oh yeah.
Do you have things in plan, or right now you have just shut yourself and you're just trying to do Aram Aram?
So I am really excited to make another film. I don't want this to be my one film. I want to keep making films. If I can make a film every 2 years, I would love to. So I've been writing a script. It's about 90 pages done, but I had to stop now because it's too much energy all day, every day. We're out trying to promote, trying to get people excited about the film. But for me, I have another story that's set that, for me, I want to be able to tell stories that people can get engaged with emotionally. Maybe they can learn something, but also there's a theme underneath it. And I think that's important. I think every story, every play, every film needs to have some kind of theme, and you need to care about that theme and be passionate, because that's what carries you through all the struggles.
So now that you haven't had Armenian connection, now you have the Armenian connection. What has changed in your mind about who the Armenians are?
Oh my gosh, everything has changed. I can't even tell you. I mean, I feel a great affection and appreciation toward the culture, because of the individuals I meet. It's not, to me, it's not abstract and historical and academic. It's about people, and it's about, when I go into a shop, a shoe repair store, and I'm doing research, and the man has time and he says, hey, I'm making a coffee. Why don't I make a coffee for you, and we'll sit down and we'll talk, and I'll tell you my life story. The fact that there's a richness in that culture, and there's a sharing, always through food, always sharing. The hospitality I experienced in Armenia was, I've been to 26 countries, I've never had people treat me so well as when I went to Armenia. So to me, I think that it's a culture I have respect for, because there's
when
great
did you
stuff.
go to Armenia?
We were just there in July for the Golden Apricot Film Festival.
So you presented Aram Aram over there?
Yes.
Good, good. So now, besides the genocide and the first Christian nation, you know more things about Armenians.
Yes. I mean, I love visiting. I hope to go back to Yerevan.
Initially, you said that you were fascinated with some of the Armenian traditional music or classical music, and then you mentioned Gomidas. Yes. Just another knowledge truck trivia. Yeah. What was so significant of Gomidas? You know?
To me personally?
No, to the Armenian people.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Okay, my understanding is that he put down to paper over 1,000 traditional Armenian folklore songs, and no one before that had ever done that. Well,
you're very close. The most important thing that Gomidas Vartavet did was he categorized what is Armenian and what is not. Because in the region, we even in the Armenian church used to have the liturgy conducted in its Turkish, Kurdish musical notations. So Gomidas Vartavet came and said, this is Armenian, this is Kurdish, this is Turkish, this is Arabic. And no other nation has somebody like that. But the unfortunate part is nobody even from Armenia, even the place that has his name as the institute, the Gomidas Musical Institute, till Los Angeles, nobody utilizes what he put as the standards of what Armenian music is. This is your other trivia knowledge that you got from the knowledge truck team.
I've been learning a lot in this truck. It really works.
Well, this truck is called knowledge truck, and its purpose is to spread knowledge. But the passenger is the person who's going to get that knowledge and spread it himself too. Եվ այսօր սեներ այսօրվա մեր հանդիպումը Քրիստոֆեր Չեմբերսի հետն էր, որ նա բացատրեց Արամ Արամ շարժաբատկերի ստեղծման արիթը ինչպես էր եւ պայմանները ինչպես էին։ Հուսամ հայերը անդրադառնան, որ միայն զավեշտությամբ կա հայոց գրություն եւ այս տարվա մի քանի երևույթներն են, որ աշխարհը ավելի շատ հայերու մասին իմացավ, քան թե բայկար մինչև վերջը։ Եվ ձեզ եմ առաջինը Ծագասայլի ներկայացումն էր հունվարի 1-ին 2015-ին, որ մեր հետ Քիմ Կարդաշյանի եւ իր ամուսնու այցելությունը Հայաստան, Ահավասիկ հիմա Քոնան Օբրայանը Հայաստան ժամանած է եւ նկարահանումներ ած է եւ աշխարհ հայերու մասին գիտնա։ Ինչպես որ քիչ առաջ մեր զրույցի մեջ կսենք որ 10,000 տարի է հայերը գոյություն ունի, բայց միան테 երկու ներդրում ունին երկրակունքի մեկը ցեղասպանությունն է, իսկ մյուսը առաջին քրիստոնեալն է, մինչեւ այսօր ոչ մի օգուտ չէ տված։ Այլ եւ որ միջազգային չափանիշով, այսինքն միջազգայինացով մի քանի դարբեր ազգերու ներկայացնես հայկական իմությունը եւ հայկական մշակույթը, այդ ժամանակ մարդիկ կսկսին մտիգնել, քանի որ մեր մշակույթը հարուստ է, մեր մշակույթը հարազատ է եւ յուրահատուկ է։ Մորցեք այսօրվա աղավաղված թրքա, բարսկա, հունա, արաբա, բոլոր այդ մշակույթի դվյանները, որ մեր այսօրվա ստեղծագործողները գոկտագործեն, որ եկամուտ ապահովեն, վերջի ընտանիք պետք է բահեն, բայց վերջո կմնա մեկ բան ճշմարիտ, հայկական յուրահատուկ մշակույթ։ Մինչև կաշապատ այս ուղեկցի ծրագրով, պարզապես ցեզի ասեմ, բարի լույս։